So we're here at E3 2019, and you are here to talk about Doom Eternal.
Yes, I saw Doom a couple weeks ago, and it's, more Doom. It's what do you like about Doom, but ratcheted up quite a bit. There's a lot more, I feel like, emphasis on controlling the battlefield as you're fighting. It's more of like thinking about who you're going to kill and how you're going to kill them in order to keep yourself alive as you're fighting through these like waves of enemies and stuff.
Yeah, talking about these demons, I believe they said that they're going to double the number of enemies in the game. Did you get to experience any of that or any of them that like memorable, standing out in any way?
Yeah, there's these big arena fights, a lot like what's in Doom, but much more full, lots more variety of enemies, it feels like.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you've got, your big, huge guys, the arachnid spider guys coming at you with their Gatling guns.
Those guys, yeah.
And then you've got all the little dudes around, so you're figuring out like who are the priority targets and how you're going to take them out and what you're going to do about it and like what your armor count is and what your health and ammo counts are. And all of this is like a constant sort of puzzle solving aspect of the fight.
Sure.
So
how challenging was this? Like, did you find yourself sort of having to like relearn how to play Doom at all, or was it super familiar?
It kicks off pretty quick. It was tough to get sort of back into it, but then it all kind of clicked. And especially when you're ratcheting through different guns, you're like, okay, I'm out of rockets, I'm out of chain gun, but I've got lots of chainsaw, and so it's once you get rolling with it, it came back pretty quick.
Now, I guess when 2016 Doom came out, like it had such an impact, one, because it was a great game, but two, because we hadn't really had anything quite like that in a while. I think it also caught people by surprise, because their E3 presentations leading up to that, I don't know that everyone really saw in those presentations what we actually got at the end. Do you feel that this game is going to have a similar impact, considering that it is, in many ways, just a continuation or an expansion of the ideas that were in 2016 Doom?
Right. I think it'll probably hit pretty hard because what it's doing is grabbing all those great ideas from Doom and finding new ways to make them interesting, right? So, like, the game feels much more vertical, and Doom 2016 was a pretty vertical game, right? But now you've got your double jump and you've got this cool grapple hook on your shotgun, right?
That's right.
Which, in most cases, just like, nail a guy. But if you pair that with jumping, you pair it with bouncing off pads and like getting up on extra levels and stuff, now you're thinking about how I'm going to get across the level to the other guys I have to deal with before I get killed on the way. And so it's a whole nother aspect of that whole line of thinking. And yeah, it just feels like everything feels smoother and a little more punchy, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess unfortunately you told me you didn't get a chance to play the multiplayer, I guess it's PvP mode, for lack of a better way to describe it, where essentially you as the player get to possess a demon and go fight against someone who's going through their own campaign.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't get to play that, unfortunately. Yeah. I just got what felt like a snippet of what a standard level would be like, but it did have some interesting new-ish feeling stuff. Like they've been talking a lot about incidental combat between arenas, and there are a few instances of that where it's not just running through a hallway to get to your next fight. It's thinking about, okay, what's ahead of you and how you're gonna, again, stock up, get ready for those big fights. And then another portion of the demo was a lot of like platforming. We jumped into this weird cannon that sort of turned us into a shell and like shot us at Mars. Yeah, it was a whole like thing. And then there's like floating chunks of rock because I guess the planet is crumbling or something, and so you're dealing with jumping around on all that.
Are you using
stuff.
your grappling hook to get between those rocks at all?
You only can use the grapple hook on enemies.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So it's a very combat-focused kind of idea.
Gotcha. So that's what we know about Doom Eternal at E3 2019. For more games at the show, stay tuned to GameSpot.